Good morning, good morning. Day 107, Arkansas, the natural state. Yep. No, it's not Arkansas, it's Arkansas. Well, it depends. You know, there's a little town just north of Ponca City called Ark City. And it's spelled the same way. And they call it Arkansas, Kansas. Nickname Ark City, Kansas. Arkansas, the natural state. Why do they call it the natural state? Because that's what it is. Buffalo National River. First national river in the country. No commercialization allowed on the river whatsoever of any kind. There's no storefront. There's no hanging over restaurant. There's no houses being built. It's 3 sections to it. It's floatable year-round. Well, at least the lower section is, and the middle section pretty much is. They have an upper section to the west side that usually by June, the water's so low, it's just not worth floating. That was the first time I ever canoed, other than scouts. And it was great. I mean, it was beautiful. Describing the river was the best way I've ever described it was, like the first 15, 20 feet on both sides, it was like calm water, and then the middle kind of flows pretty good. So if you want to just leisurely float, you go to one of these tour companies, and they take you upriver, and you tell them how long you want to be out. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4, 5, 6, and there's different spots along the river that they drop you, and then you float back. They give you an estimate of how long it takes. Man, it was beautiful. So years before, I want to say it was like 89, 91, I was in Houston, Texas, getting ready to go on vacation. I said, where do we want to go? If I make a right turn, we go to Arkansas. If we make a left turn, we go to Colorado. Well, we made a right turn, and we ended up in Mountain Home, Arkansas. Norfolk Lake. Spent a week in the cabin, had a boat, caught me a 9-pound cat right off the dock. And there was this restaurant, I don't remember the name of the restaurant this time, but they these huge rolls. And y'all know me, I love hot rolls, especially big puffy ones. So anyway, but then years later, I accepted an assignment with Sodexo Marriott and went to Arkadelphia, Arkansas, Ouachita Baptist University. That is a mouthful. Catering, front of the house, and retail manager. I got to meet Mike Huckabee while I was there. Yeah, Mike Huckabee came to campus, and nice man, former governor of Arkansas. He was a presidential, ran for the presidency 2 terms back or against Trump, and of course Trump won. Mike's a great guy, great family man. I'll tell you one thing I remember. When they went to have the White House or the Capitol refurbished, it was, major project. It was going to be a year. Instead of moving and renting a mansion, this man rented or bought, I think, a triple wide trailer, had it put on the Capitol grounds where they lived, and stayed in it until the place was finished. And then when the place was finished, he sold it and put the money back in the coffers. I don't know if you can get any more honest, folks. Okay? Mike, I met you there in Ouachita Baptist University. I met you again in Augusta, Georgia when your first book came out. So, I'll tell you the other couple of neat things about Arkansas, the natural state. First of all, if I ever won the lottery, I'd buy 1,000 acres in northwest Arkansas, somewhere off the Buffalo National River, and I'd be gone. I'd put me up a 12-foot cyclone fence, and I'd disappear. I really would. But while I was there, I went down to Murfreesboro, Arkansas. So it was halfway between us and Texarkana. And Arkadelphia is halfway between Texarkana and Little Rock. So anyway, it's southwest of down the interstate. Crater of Diamonds State Park. It's the only place in the world the public can dig for diamonds. And I don't remember exactly. It's a volcano shaft of dirt and you know, it's not active anymore. But it's 50 or 60 or 70, 80 acres or like something like that that's open to the public. It's a state park now that you go out, they give you a bucket, they give you a shovel, they give you a screen shifter that you can go out and dig for diamonds. You get to keep what you find. Back then it was $5. I think then it went to $8. It's probably $10 now. Well worth it. Spend hours out there. There's a gentleman down there who never worked for anybody a day in his life. He'd go every day. He'd sift through a bunch of material, and he was allowed to carry 2 5-gallon buckets of material out. And then he would go home and sort through it. Bought his house, raised his family, put 2 kids through college. So I don't know. That's one area. The other one was McClare's Barbecue in Hot Springs, Arkansas. The reason, when I grabbed this cup, I had to think of, okay, what was my memories? Well, the other day I did this video, you know, on premise from Lewis, Idaho, or Lewis, New York, fishing. And there's a little country diner up above. And there's these guys who are sitting at the table talking, you know. And every Thursday they meet. And they just meet and sit there and shoot the bull. Well, this restaurant, the barbecue restaurant in Hot Springs, is probably one of the top 10 barbecue places I've ever been in my life. Great feel when you walk in the door. But on Tuesday at noon, they have a table reserved for 4 guys. They've been meeting there for 25 years, every Tuesday. Great little place. You ever get a chance to go, oh, Highway 7, the most scenic highway in the United States, one of. And it's just wanders, and I mean, and it goes from the northern border all the way down through over I-40 into it goes through Ponca, Arkansas, not Ponca City, Ponca, Arkansas. That springs down to Arkadelphia. Rode it many, many times on our Gold Wing. Absolutely gorgeous highway. And the Buffalo National, I've not been on a better scenic river in my life. They also have the White River, one of the top 10 trout streams, well, rivers in the country. You get a chance, look up Arkansas. You want to talk about a nice place to vacation? There's a lot of places. Now, I would suggest northwest Arkansas. Northeast Arkansas, they grow a lot of rice. The southern part of Arkansas, going down to Louisiana, gets kind of flat and hot. But most of that state is absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. So, listen, folks. Arkansas, the natural state. Coffee Cup Chronicle Day 107. Y'all get a chance, go see it. I'd love to go back. Bye. Yes, I love my bluegrass.